About somebody else that you're safe to share? I've learned something about somebody that I think I'm safe to share. We may have the new, youngest, successful deer hunter in Oak Grove Community Church. Emma shot a deer. When did she shoot that deer, Casey? Last Sunday. Drop it, one shot, right? That's really cool. Congratulations, girl. That's kind of, you know. Dwayne, you're up, buddy. You're next. Anybody else learn anything new about somebody that you can share? No? Okay. Tom Lemon, why don't you come up and as we start our last day of Thanksgiving weekend, why don't you give kind of a little summary of your Thanksgiving spiel?
This really, Jack really inspired this to be kind of a repeat for those who are in adult Sunday school. But I thought it was very interesting in preparing for our Thanksgiving quiz and our history today. It reminded me of the conditions and the situation in which those first people celebrated Thanksgiving in the fall of 1621. And in the late fall of 1620, two ships left from England to come to the New World. One of those ships was the Mayflower, of course, which we've all heard about. The other one was the Speedwell. And there were about 50, what they call separatists, who were coming because of religious freedom. They wanted to break the Church of England. The other 50 were really part of what they called mercantile adventurers and came for vocational purpose. They were builders, they were carpenters, things like that. Well, the Speedwell, when they left the Palma, was not seaworthy, so all 102 people plus 30 crew got on the Mayflower to come to the New World. On the way, 2 of those people died. They landed near Plymouth. They were originally headed for Virginia, but for reasons only fate now knows, they ended up in the area of Plymouth. They took 3 trips to explore which would be the best landing place, and included among those people was the name William Bradford, who later became the first governor of Massachusetts. On the 3rd trip, they found the Plymouth Bay, went back to the Mayflower, and there Bradford found out that his wife, in sleet and rain, had slipped and fallen off the boat and drowned. So they moved into Plymouth, and they started building houses in January of 1621. Bradford became seriously ill along with a large number of other people. He was nursed back to health by Captain Miles Standish, which was kind of an interesting footnote that I completely forgot about. I remember the name Miles Standish. But during that epidemic, about 50 of the people died. And I can't find in any of the meager research I did what that remaining 50 looked like between the 2 groups. Bradford was then elected governor and held that job for 30 years. And it was kind of, I said, well, that didn't take long to vote. Probably it was a mixture of men, women, and children, and they probably only the men voted. As Jack pointed out, the first election was based on the Mayflower Compact, which was signed on the boat before they got off. So by the fall of 1621, when they gathered with some of the Indians who had helped them cultivate, gathered for the first Thanksgiving. And try to picture this. They've just come through a long voyage, a horrible winter, lost half of their group, were just now gathering their first crops, probably very skimpy housing. Most of them didn't have any training in agriculture or even hunting, so they were very dependent upon the Indians. And yet they gathered in the fall of 1621 21 for that first Thanksgiving, to give thanks to God for all the things that they've had to go through. And when we think about today, and we sit down at tables, warm homes, and give thanks, we have so much more to be thankful for. But it's good to remember those who came first, and that's what we were doing today. So I think it's good to reflect on the conditions and the times when those first people got together.